Today, I want to take you back in time to over 12 years ago, to a time when I was starting to figure out that I wanted to try something online to make some extra cash and start YouTube. So the account that I'm showing you today is an account I started a long time ago called Tips by Chris. And it was something that I started playing around with YouTube, with helping out my church, putting some video up there. I worked for a company at the time that actually did video transmission for casting directors and also audio transmission for voiceover companies or talent agencies. And sending video was just something that we did, or we taught companies to do, to get auditions. And the entertainment industry kind of used us for a lot of different things. And back then I was working in tech support, and I decided I wanted to try my hand at learning this YouTube thing, see if I could do anything. Now, I knew and understood a little bit about affiliate marketing, and I signed up for the Amazon affiliate program. And back in January 9, 2012, I put up my first video. And what happened was, I had just gotten this Toshiba Thrive. It was like a kind of like an iPad, but it was an Android version of a Toshiba tablet. And I decided I wanted to go ahead and see if I could do a review on it, see what would happen. And lo and behold, it got 4,000 views. Now, I said, okay, so this is pretty cool. And, you know, I could make some extra money if I sold some through Amazon using an affiliate link. And I got obsessed. And today's message is, when you obsess about something, you can kind of turn it into a way to make extra funds, especially if you plan to do YouTube. But even if you don't plan to do YouTube, when I start to obsess about something, I have found that a lot of opportunities opened for even my professional side, my jobs and those type of things. And even the old company that I had, I was a business partner and I, we opened up an ad agency for Amazon sellers. And that was because we obsessed about selling stuff on Amazon, and I started learning about it. Then I started learning about Google and became an Amazon ads guy. And because my Google skills, I obsessed about that and got really good at it. So I want to go back to what you're seeing here and what happened when I started obsessing about YouTube and started learning about it. And I want to kind of impress upon you that if you're stuck and you don't know what you're to do in life or to do about YouTube, one way that you can get started on doing something is to become obsessive about something you already like. Now, I obsess about technology. That's why I have this Toshiba Thrive. In fact, if I ever showed you my desk, you'll kind of be just shocked at how much tech there is. I think I have like a DJI Osmo here, and then I have an Insta360 camera here, and then I have mics here, an iPhone 14 Pro here, and oh yeah, I got my drone hover here. So this tech stuff, it's all part of my obsession. It's all to be able to do filming. I even have an Insta360 R1. Of course, gotta have GoPro Hero if you're going to be an action person. And then even from the swing arm, I'm going to bring this in all the way from this side. Hopefully it can reach and you can see it. But my Sony ZV-1 also, I mean, tech is everywhere. And it's part of my obsession of knowing or learning about stuff. And I've just been blessed to have so many opportunities to actually grow, knowing how to learn about Mac and PCs. I can repair things, I can fix things. And it's all part of my obsessive life. And I know that people watching, you guys have obsessions, and these obsessions can do you well. There was a commenter that was that commented in my last video, and she has her own channel that she's began growing. I went and I watched what she did. She just put up her first video like a few days ago, and she's obsessive about UX design, and it's very evident based on her video. But I got this idea thinking, you know, if people are stuck, obsessions are a good thing. If you can figure out a way to monetize it, then you might as well. So I'm going to go back to this YouTube thing. So I started obsessing about YouTube. I decided, let's go ahead and try putting up some videos. And then what happened is my father called once and asked me, hey, how do I attach a folder to Gmail? Well, I told him that you can't really do it. You attach like a folder. You can't put in a folder. You have to actually zip it up. So I showed him how to do it. At that time, I was, like I said, did really good with tech support. So I had actually programs that I could log into his computer, show him how it done on his computer, and then actually record my screens as well. And I've decided, he called me again maybe about a few weeks later, needed to figure out again, he forgot how to do it. And it's not a simple process for those who are not familiar with computers as much as I am. So what I decided to do is I'll make a YouTube video. That way, if he calls again, I can send him to the YouTube video and he can just watch it and he can always have a reference for it. Well, lo and behold, if you look here, that video I made in January 2012 has 917,000 views, almost 1 million. In fact, this channel, because I made two different videos, one is how to attach and send a document with Gmail, which is kind of the same video. But the other one is how to attach and send a folder by email, which is more general, but for different people. And it's really interesting, but you'll see in the comments of this video here, there are actually people who today, 7 months ago, someone says, "A great video, thanks, a lifesaver." And another one says, "Thank you so much. Your video is still useful after 11 years. So I obsessed about certain things and how to fix people's problems with computers. And lo and behold, when I came back to doing YouTube back then, that was just something that started to grow. So as you can see later on, Best Toshiba Thrive cover. Then I bought my first MacBook Pro and I bought a cover sleeve for that. And the best MacBook Pro backpack, which still, I think still gets views. But needless to say, that video actually did say, I still have that backpack, by the way, but they don't even, Samsonite doesn't even make it anymore. They have other models that are pretty good. But these are videos that I made so long ago that were very useful for a lot of people. And then I started getting into WordPress because I wanted to make WordPress websites. And I started learning how to do that. So I decided, people keep asking me the same questions about WordPress. Started throwing up videos on that. So these are videos that I started to make. But then here's what I forgot about. Back in 2013, so a year after I started the channel, I was running an internet marketers group. And that marketers group, basically we did challenges. And one thing that we did was we did like blog challenges. You had to do a blog for 30 days. And if you successfully did a blog for every day for 30 days, you had to send me the link by midnight so that I could keep track of who actually did it and then see the blogs that were actually put up. Taught people a little bit about how to do WordPress so they could get started doing things. And then if you did it, you got entered to win a free iPad mini. And I actually bought the iPad mini with my own money to give away. So we also then did a YouTube challenge. And check this out, video 1. So January 3rd, 2013, it was a brand new year type of, oh here, so YouTube 1, keep it short. This was January 1st, 2013. This was a challenge that we did, 1 video per day for 30 days. And it was nowhere near like what I'm doing today with YouTube. But this was videos that I did that were all like 48 seconds, 1 minute, 52 seconds. And it was just to get people to take action. And it was really cool because one of the people in the group made a series of 30 days of how to make what's called bento boxes, which is Japanese lunch boxes with cute decorations and how to decorate it. And she used hole punchers and she made all these little designs and she taught people how to do that on YouTube. And it was actually pretty good. It took off. And in the end, she actually ended up winning a iPad mini from that group. And what you see is I have the same video and I did it every day. I uploaded it once per day going up and I made them all private. This was only for the group to see what they could do at getting started with it. And it wasn't intended to do anything more than just to be part of the challenge, to be a participant in it. But what happened was this was the beginning of me understanding YouTube a lot. I also got really good with understanding the algorithm, and also back then I was actually an SEO guy. So I did search engine optimization on YouTube as well, and how to use different keywords very specifically to make things work and rank. So this was all part of the process that went through. And it's all that to say, when I started doing that, my obsession still holds today. I've been doing YouTube now for 4 years since then. I mean, for my e-bike channel. And that has been very helpful for many, many different reasons. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up next. And I'd like to bring I'm going to bring up a new window that's going to show this as a different channel that I also have running right now. And the reason why I want to do this channel switchover is because I want to show you that there are, in fact, I should show you how many different channels I do have running right now, because it's quite crazy. I think if I do a switch account, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I think 13 channels that actually have videos up on them. But The channel itself, this e-bike channel, all came out of obsessions as well. And I'm bringing this over here so you can see. Now, this channel has been up. Let's go back to content. And the first content was on September 13, 2020. And I didn't even have any bikes for e-bikes, but I was obsessing about e-bikes. And that's why I started with this. And this started taking off on its own. Just the first video, 25,000 views. Now that has been over time, but what I did is, as an SEO guy, I actually took some very core keywords to make sure that it was done, very core keywords to make sure that it was done in a way that would get optimized best. And I picked a niche that I was obsessed about, so I knew a little bit about it. I'd spent weeks and weeks and weeks just diving into everything possible. And a lot of the content that you'll see, even with regards to the other channel that I had, the Tips by Chris, I knew this stuff really well because I obsessed about it and read books about it. So here's, I guess, my conclusion of this video of why I'm talking about obsession. If you do not have a subject matter that you want to get into yet on YouTube because you haven't figured it out, whatever you obsess about, you could also be something that you want to think about first. The other thing is you could build an obsession. I started this e-bike channel when I actually did not know much about e-bikes as much as I know today because I've been doing it for so long. But what I did was I started obsessing over it and I started getting everything I could possibly learn about it. And then I was comfortable enough to start talking about the bikes because I could tell people what bikes were out there because I studied so much about it. Now, my SEO skills, which got me six-figure jobs and has got me salaries which I could not even wildly imagine, higher paid than a lot of college graduates were because I specialized in it, because I obsessed about it. Started off by a manager or a supervisor of mine giving me an Amazon gift card for $100 and said, learn everything you can about SEO. And I got really, really good at it. And after that, from SEO, I transferred over to learning pay-per-click on Google Ads. Got good at that as well. And then started going into Amazon advertising and got really good at that. So I'm a specialist in those things, from things that I obsessed about in the past. Now, I don't do videos on Amazon specifically because there's a lot that needs to be shown on back ends that I don't have a lot of ways to show that without showing someone's account, which if somebody has an Amazon account and they don't mind it being shown and they want to know more about it, I can help you with that for sure. But needless to say, I can tell you a lot about different things on the e-bike channel because I've learned so much about e-bikes even before I got my first bike. In fact, if I look here, I don't think I had a bike until September is when I started the channel. October, November 1st, I got my first e-bike. So September, October, yeah, it took 2 months before I had, and I already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos up that did very well prior to, I did accessory video before I even had a bike. And that's kind of the way I am. When I was going to buy even my first laptop, I had actually a laptop bag a year prior to even buying the laptop. So anyway, all that to said, thank you so much for watching. I just want to close in on say, start obsessing about stuff and don't think something's wrong with that. If you can actually put it up online and teach somebody about it, it's a great thing. As you can see, I love the YouTube challenge or what it can do. I mean, this is the second time I've done this challenge for doing it for as long as I can. This 30-day challenge that we had, video 1, putting it up, just tips. And these were just tips just to get something up, 30 seconds, 1 minute. I think it had to be like at least 30 seconds or something like that. And I put my dog in every single one because back then everybody was watching dog and cat videos. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us today, but it's a great memory that I still have of her in my account because she would just sit on my lap when I did the videos. But needless to say, all that's the idea of today. Thank you so much for watching. If this has been helpful, please subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. Are you stuck with something, not knowing if you want to start a YouTube channel, not knowing what to go on, or have you already started on it, or do you have any questions about maybe life in general, about what obsession you could get into with your field? Because I have done a lot of jobs because of obsessions I've had prior to going into those industries. Thank you so much again for watching. I will see you tomorrow in the next video.